Hey footprinters, Chrissy here. How are you? Yes, I posted something about Genga 5 days ago. She still seems to be struggling a little bit, but getting better each day. Anyway, please continue to send her loving, healing energy. That's just cameo. Yeah, to help her continue to improve and and get well. Firstly, thank you for joining me. The people, I've had new subscribers come in. Not everyone's names come up, but you know, those whose name has come up or have been in a comment. New name. Welcome to Joyce M, George H, CMZ90, Kathleen K, Lucian, Robert O, Maria Geopack, Jane P, and Teresa Judy, who put in a comment, and from her comment I'm assuming she's also subscribed. Thank you all of you, and thank you for everyone else who's subscribed. If your name doesn't come up, well, you know, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to thank you anyway. But you know, if your name comes up, then I'll read it out until there's too many to do that, and I like it going up at a rate where I can still do that. So okay, so I've had a request to read on Hope Hicks. Why is she back at the White House, and is she pregnant? So I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to look at Trump in March, but before I look at him March in general, I'm going to look at how he's going to go on Super Tuesday. Is it going to be, look, all likelihood he's going to win Super Tuesday. He's going to get more delegates and win it. But is he going to win it by as much as he thinks he is? So we'll have a look at that. Biden had a huge win in South Carolina. So I'll have a look at, is he back? What that means for, you know, Super Tuesday. And then I'm going to leave the Democrat delegates again till after Super Tuesday. And we're going to look at Trump in March. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off with Hope Hicks. And, yeah, so, this deck. Okay, so is Hope Hicks pregnant? So I think we'll just look at, firstly we'll look at why is she back in the White House. So we'll do a 5-card spread that goes far past, present, future, and the far future. So the past being, first 3 cards being 1, 2, 3 being the nature of the problem, and then 3, 4, 5 being the solution of the problem, and it goes like inside, outside, and result. So it's a couple of ways to read this all at once. So I've got the spread here in front of me to have a look at. So the first card is the far past. Hope Hicks. Hope Hicks. Hope Hicks, why is she back? Seven of Pentacles. Resources. She doesn't feel she has enough resources. Money. It's been offered money. Let's have a look. in the far past. So we'll bring this down. Bring it down. It can be a bit stubborn. So that's the reading. Far past. Six of Swords. When she left, this would have been when she left the Six of Swords, she was just finding it a bit too much. She needed to get away from the chaos and get into calmer waters. The more recent past, the Chariot. This offer came in, it came in very quick. She had not a lot of time to make up her mind. It was sort of like didn't really have much control about it. So they wanted her back. We'll have a look at why later. And they needed her back, and they were like, come on, hop on the rider again. And she does. Basically, she found herself back there without really knowing, going, what the hell happened? How did I end up back here? She didn't really feel like she had much control over the situation of ending up back at the White House under the aegis of being an assistant to Jared. The talk is, of course, that she was brought in to calm Trump down. So these two together are called the inside. So she left because she was finding it hard to deal with all the chaos thing, and she really needed to go to calmer waters. And in the recent past, because she's been dragged back in, doesn't really know how it happened, doesn't feel like she had much control over the situation, but she's found herself back there. And we'll have a look at the Nine of Wands. And so now she's like, she's trying to build up her defences against all the chaos. She's feeling a bit battered against the rocks again. The nature of the problem, why she left in the first place, is she could not handle the high stress, ultra dynamic, ultra chaotic nature of the Trump White House. She couldn't handle it, and now she's feeling, battered again. She's feeling, pushed from one thing to the other, to do this, we need you to do this, we need you to do this, and she's really finding it a bit tough. She's not quite sure how she ended up there in the first place. But she's back in the chaos, and she's just trying to build her defences up so that she can handle it better this time. That's the Nine of Wands. To me, that's building up your defences, and so it's not so battered. Doesn't feel so hammered with everything that she did last time. So that is the nature of the problem. It's the chaotic nature of the White House, and these two are the inside. That's the reason she left, and she doesn't quite know how she ended up back there. She is busy building up defences so she can fight off the battling. So 3 and 4 together are going to be what's called the outside view, what people are seeing, I guess. Ace of Cups, new relationships, and an overflowing of emotion. I think it's not so much new relationships in the future, it's trying to deal with an overflow of emotions. She probably was brought in to placate Trump. To help calm him down as a form of medication, I suppose. Maybe getting him to take his medication. Maybe she's one of the few people who'll listen to and take some instruction from. way of calming down things in the White House. So that was the people. So this was her, and this is her again, and this is the hope of the people who brought her back in, that she can withstand it and help calm things down. Far future for Hope being in the, she's going to walk away again. The Eight of Cups. She doesn't really want to be there in the first place, but you know, she was finding herself a little bit short of things, and she was reaching out for maybe getting some work, and she got dragged back into the White House. People are looking to her to solve the problem of Trump's instability, which is pretty unfair on her. As far as I understand, she's a communications person. She's not a doctor, she's not a psychologist, but they're dumping all this on her. And it's having to deal with this overflow of emotions. And she is going to walk away again. This is in the far future, so she's going to stick it out for quite a bit longer. But she is going to end up walking away again. Yeah. It's the the Seven of Pentacles there. Yeah. Just got to pause for a minute. Hey, I'm back. Just had to pause for a few minutes. Okay, Hope Hicks. Yeah, she's going to walk away again sometime in the future, but not immediately. I'd say it could be it could be a few weeks away, it could be a few months away. If Trump goes forward so far as to get the nomination, I think if she hasn't walked away through them, you know, well, he's got the nomination. If Trump survives until the election race itself, I think that's when she's going to walk away, because it's further in the future. And that's probably, and the best possible. Now, in this reading, 3, 4 and 5 also encompass possible solutions, and this is possible solution for her, okay, is keep her defenses up, don't get too emotionally involved in everything, and walk away when it does get a bit too much. Walk away again the way she did before. Yeah, so she was brought back into sort of calm things down with the president, even though she's supposedly attached to Jared. That's nothing. That's not it. I don't know much about her. I think it's an unfair burden to put on anybody, especially someone who walked away quite early on because she realised she just could not handle it. I mean, yeah. So, did she really want to come back? So, I'm going to look at the Chariot here. Did she really want to come back? I'm going to ask a yes/no here for that one. Did she really want to come back? Did Hope Hicks really want to come back? Did Hope Hicks really want to come back? She'd been thinking about it. Somebody had mentioned it, like maybe when she left she could come back anytime. She'd been thinking about it. The Two of Wands is planning, and that is a yes card. So yeah, she had been thinking about it. but I don't think she was quite ready. I think she wanted a bit more time away from it. And yeah, the reason she was doing it, was it because of money? Let's have a look. Was she returning, was she thinking about returning just because of money? King of Wands. That's a yes. That's a yes card. Odd thought popped into my head is it's not about a person in this instance. It wasn't about coming back for a person. It was about money, and the king is also the full maturity of the cycle. I think she feels that she hadn't gotten as much monetarily out of it as she could have or should have the last time, and she wanted to make up that difference. So I think there was a fair bit of greed, but once she indicated that she was thinking about it, I think it all just got taken out of her hands. And if she was only going back for money, well, you know, on her head be it. If you know, if you're only going to go into a thing for money, well, don't be surprised when like attracts like. Greed. The Ten of Swords was on the bottom there. She's going to find it. Yeah, it's going to end up with a very long, painful ending for her when she does walk away. It's not going to be a simple walking away. Interesting, this thing, it's like a hydra. You cut off one head to come back. She should have stayed away, but she didn't. And now what drove her away is going to come back on a threefold. And it's not going to be as easy for her to walk away as it was last time. They're going to want her to hang in there for a long time. Possibly even until Trump goes. I'll ask that one question. Will hope Hicks be there until Trump goes? Maybe. King of Swords, maybe. That's Trump. She's going to try and talk him into letting her go, I think. What's on the bottom? Six of Wands. Yeah, I think she'll get her way and leave before he does. But I'll tell you, she's in for an anxious time. These are on the bottom. Because the Emperor wants what he wants, and he's not going to let go easily. But she will get her way in the end. Let's have a look. Top. Yeah, I think mainly because she might have some stuff on him. Yeah. Or somebody did ask if she was pregnant. So I'll have a look at that quickly. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of asking those sorts of questions about people, about women, because I feel that that's their business. They are pregnant. Well, you know, if I was pregnant, the last place I'd want to be working is in an atmosphere like the Trump White House. I just think it would not be healthy for myself or the baby. So, now, and maybe that might be, I don't think she is. I think she might get pregnant between now and then, and that might be how she's able to leave before Trump wants her to. She might say, well, look, you know, I'm pregnant and the stress is not good for me and the baby, and yeah, so I'll do a quick yes, no on that. Yeah, I think a pregnancy might be the reason she leaves. So I won't ask if she's pregnant. I'll ask if she leaves due to pregnancy. So we'll hope Hicks leave due to pregnancy. We'll hope Hicks leaves due to pregnancy. Or will she use a pregnancy? Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll hope Hicks be able to leave because she's pregnant. We'll hope Hicks leave due to pregnancy. King of Pentacles, that's Trump. He doesn't want her to go, but Seven of Pentacles, the Moon, deception. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Got two maybes and a no. Yeah, look, I don't think she's pregnant yet. I think she's going to get pregnant. Who by, I don't know, and that's nobody's business but hers. And it's going to be a secret who the father is. But yeah, I think maybe she will leave due to pregnancy. Assessing the situation, just not safe for her to stay there in that environment. I'm not even going to ask if this is who the father is, because yeah, again, that's her business, and just the idea. Ew. Okay. So that is Hope Hicks. Now, I'm going to look at Trump Super Tuesday. Or will I look at Biden first? I think we'll leave both the Trumps till later. Biden. I'm going to use the Connolly deck for that. The other deck I used was the new Mythic Tarot, so if anyone's interested, and that is by, oh, who's that by? I can't quite read from here, but it's, yeah, the new Mythic Tarot. It's in a big purple box. This is the Connolly deck, of course, by the Connollys. And so Joe Biden won South Carolina by a big margin. I haven't looked at the figures or anything, but apparently it was a very big margin, and they're saying he's back. So let's have a look. Is he really back? So we'll do a 5-carder on that. Situation, challenge, guidance, focus and outcome. Okay, so Joe Biden winning South Carolina. What does that mean? What does Joe Biden winning South Carolina by a good margin mean? Is Joe back? Justice. Yes, it's as it should be. Okay? What do they say in the South? It was righteous. It was a righteous win. Number one, actually, I have picked 2 cards up, so I'm going to use the 2 cards for position. The Star, he's very hopeful now for the future, and the King of Swords, and he feels confident that he can beat Trump. So I picked both of those up before, and I put the second one back down, but I thought, no, they both should go in the middle. So, yeah, he's very hopeful for, his hopes have been revived for winning the nomination because he feels he can beat Trump. But again, Star is also about vulnerability, and that once again puts him in a vulnerable position with regard to Trump attacking him. So what's the challenge? Apathy, getting an offer he doesn't want, but I think the challenge too is a lot of people are just tired of hearing Biden bad, and they're just tired of it, and they're not sure whether they should go with him or not. So they're not sure whether he should be the choice. This is the voters not out, yeah, I think people are a little bit tired of hearing about Biden bad, and it's a challenge for him because they're just starting to accept it, because they're just, they'd rather just believe it than try and think things through, because they're just tired of hearing it, and that's going to be a bit of a challenge for him. Guidance for Joe Biden. Don't give in to the devil. Materialism, the devil. Watch out. Don't give in to your basest self. I think. Yes, you can tough it out and you can fight it out, but be careful, because Trump's going to come at him again, and yeah, he hasn't got an easy time ahead, so he's got to really, despite the win, he's got to not give in to smug, that's it, I'm back, I can just ride it, I guess. All the things that can bring you down. Ego. Don't give in to your ego, and don't believe don't believe everything that those pumping you up are saying, that you're unbeatable or stuff like that. Just, yeah, let go of all that stuff and listen to the people who are getting a bit tired. He's got to win them over, and that means he's got to not focus on himself, he's got to focus on them. Focus for him. Oh, Tower. Wow. Oh. Thank you, Missy. That was Miss Cameo. Coming to a video near you soon. Don't even think about it, Miss Moo. Come on, down you hop. Just going to hop on top. Oh dear. The focus for Joe soon is going to be a Tower moment. So something's going to happen. And the outcome for him. Nine of Swords. He's in for a bit of an anxious time. So even though he had a good win in South Carolina, he's got to be careful, I think. Don't believe his own press. He had a good win in South Carolina, but I don't know if it's going to be enough ultimately for him to win. Justice, yes, it was a justified win, and he earned it. Oh, look what was underneath justice, the wheel. But there's a change coming, and he can't stop it. Four of Swords, retreat. This is interesting. This is the Seven of Swords, which is usually getting away with it. That he will get away with the win, but I don't think he will, because two of these swords are in these clouds and they're being drawn up away from him, away from the people who are playing and celebrating. I don't think he's going to get quite enough in Super Tuesday to establish a clear lead. In fact, I think he might go down a bit. So, yeah. Maybe a new start for him. So that's, yeah, that's 5 from the bottom and 6 from the top. Well, you know, yeah. Yeah, despite the great win and the justified win, things aren't looking the best for Joe Biden. No, Missy. She's looking up the top of the shelf where I keep my cards. So, Joe Biden had a great win in South Carolina, but it's not necessarily it's not necessarily predictive of what's going to happen on Super Tuesday. He's going to be in for a bit of an anxious time, and he's got to really not believe. I think he tends to believe too much that he's the only one who can do it, that he's the great saviour. And I think people are a bit tired of that attitude. The ego, the temptation card. People are tired of hearing Trump saying, I'm the chosen one, I'm the one who's going to, I'm the only one who can fix this. They're tired of hearing it from Trump, and they don't want to hear it from Biden, and he's got to be careful not to spout that too much. But overall, things aren't looking that crash hot for him. So, let's have a look at Trump on Super Tuesday. Now, it's most likely that he is going to win the bulk of the delegates. But is he going to get the super huge margin that he thinks he's going to get? So, is Trump well, ask first, is he going to win Super Tuesday? So we'll have a look at that for the Republicans. So this next reading is Trump and Super Tuesday. Then I'm going to do another one on him for the rest of March, but I think I'll do that in a separate video. So I'll take care of this video first, and then in a separate video I'll do the March for Trump. So is Trump and Super Tuesday? Let's have a look at him. The situation for him. Is he going to win Super Tuesday? Queen of Swords. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. I wonder if there's going to be some having to have a second look at it, given that the Queen of Swords is an investigative card. Knight of Cups. Abundance, that's a yes. Two of Disc, Two of Cups is a yes. Yeah, he's going to win it. So look, yeah, he is going to win it. This is abundance, so it means he's probably going to have a pretty big lead over anybody else. But will he win every delegate? Fluctuation, balance. The Knight of Cups is an interesting one because it's often, you know, the too good to be true card. Yes, incumbents do tend to win their, if there's a primary they do tend to win it, or they don't have a primary for them, and if there is they do tend to win it. But he wins with such an abundance. And this is the Two of Disc, which is, I thought it was Two of Cups, sorry, but it's the Two of Disc, the Two of Pentacles. That's a maybe. So there's some doubt attached to it. Interesting, along with the, it's interesting, the too good to be true card, the overwhelming abundance, and the maybe manipulation, card of manipulation and investigation. So here's what I'm going to ask. Is Trump going to win Super Tuesday fair and square? Is he going to do it without cheating? Is Trump going to do it without cheating? Eight of Disc, lots of skill. This card is called skill. So, yeah. If he does cheat, it's going to be done so skillfully they're never going to be able to find out how he did it. At least not for in the Republican ranks. The Warrior, strength, discontent, the Four of Cups, husbandry, the Knight of Disc. Yeah. Yeah, look, this says yes, he's not going to have to cheat to win it, but people are going to be, not everyone's going to be happy with the results. There's going to be some discontent, and I think there's going to be some of them may be called into, he's manipulated the delegates is a way to do it, talking to them, getting what he wants out of them, which is, you know, what he's offering them is too good to be true, but they're buying it in abundance, so he doesn't need to cheat to win the Super Tuesday, but yeah, but not, people aren't going to be happy. People aren't going to be happy about it. I'm not quite sure who that is. Delusion. Some people in the Republicans are getting a little bit tired, and they're not buying the gaslighting anymore. So they're getting a little bit sick of it, of the gaslighting, and they're not buying it anymore. And they're only really voting for him because they feel he's the incumbent. They should, I think. So let's ask that question. Is Trump only going to win Super Tuesday because people think he should, as he's the incumbent, no matter how bad he is? Yeah, he's going to stand his ground. Death, Queen of Wands, and the High Priest. So yeah, look, yeah, that's the main reason he's going to win, is because a lot of people think that he's the incumbent, so he has the right to run, which is not a good way of thinking about it. And I think this may be signalling an end to something. I'm not quite sure, but it might be signalling an end to the tradition of the incumbent automatically gets in. You should have to face a primary. But he already does, so, you know, and he's still winning. But he's only winning because people think because he's the incumbent he should get the vote. Because that's just a tradition. But I think people might start rethinking that position, given how much chaos is sown in the last 4 years. So this could change in the future, this position of the incumbent automatically gets the right to vote, automatically gets the nomination. And people automatically, not the process. Again, it's up to the RNC. Maybe rebuilding the Republican Party will be saying that no, there's primaries every time, and they have to go through the primary, so that if, yeah. But in some way it's going to lead to the death of that tradition, because it's a tradition. It's not set hard and fast, it's a tradition. And I think in some ways that's going to end with this, in the Republican Party at least. Anyway. I am going to stop now and upload, edit this video, and then I'm going to come back in a little while and do Trump in March. Okay?